20 years to find you. How many people can say that? I found you. Which makes me perfect for this job.
Agent M, we may have a problem in London.
Welcome, man. You will be with Agent H.
MIB, you Carillion scum. And FYI, your little club here sucks.
Come on, the world's not going to save itself.
I'm driving. That really should be here.
Oh, not this country.
I'm so faded, no exaggeration.
Joey?
I thought that we were here.
We are.
Step on it, would you, Freddy? You go to H.
Aloha. This is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Colorado, here in Parker, bringing you, yes you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu, there in Hawaii, where I am not currently, because I'm on vacation. And when you live in paradise, where do you go if you can't go be with the men in black saving the universe? Go to paradise, Hawaii. But, you go someplace else. So, Colorado it was. But I digress. This is Trinidad, the Island Man, your Island Man. Even though I'm not there, I'm still bringing you, yes you, the best movie reviews on the entire island. And for this weekend, Men in Black International, starring Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson, Liam Neeson, and even Emma Thompson returning in her role from both, I believe, the second and third installments of the former Men in Black. And remember our rating scale. Shock a thumbs up. It's good to see. I recommend it. Shock a thumbs down. It's junk. I don't recommend it. And as far as Men in Black International goes, it is a shock a thumbs up. Chris Hemsworth continues to stretch his funny bone in this movie, in his acting career, and he definitely brings a lot of laughs and a lot of the kind of the slapstick comedy to this. That, oddly enough, I guess the Will Smith character would have played, originally. Leaving Tessa Thompson to be more of the serious kind of Agent J style, of the characters. But the two, of course, play off one another fabulously. And, Tessa Thompson is really breaking out in this role. She does an incredible job and pretty much carries the entire movie, and keeps keeps Chris Hemsworth from being a bit too silly overall, and kind of degrading the movie overall. Because as funny as he is, just a little bit too much, is too much comedy. And there still needs to be some seriousness, some stakes. And that's exactly what Tessa Thompson's character brings. I do enjoy the fact that this is not related to the other movies, other than the fact that it is Men in Black. This is international, so it takes place in London, but it starts off in New York as Tessa Thompson's character, as we call her Agent M, gets a job all on her own with the Men in Black. Finding, having seen them and not been neuralized all the way back as a child. And so all her life she had been pursuing this goal of joining the Men in Black. There are some updated moments with it as far as trying to, it's like, oh, why is it called Men in Black? Kind of get to the woke moments of today. And as Emma Thompson says, look, I've had this conversation with other people up above me before, and it went nowhere. So it's staying the Men in Black. Even though Chris Hemsworth at the end kind of says, well, we are the men and the women in black. But this should be no surprise to people who had watched the cartoon, where there was an agent lady in that movie, or in that cartoon as well, the animated series. What can I say about this further, other than Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth are both fully bringing it in these roles and do an incredible job, as they too both carry the movies just like Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith throughout it. And if you don't care about those guys, very much like what happened in Men in Black Part 3, then you don't care about the movie. And I'm happy to say that with this Shaka Thumbs Up, Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth, of course, bring all the feel, all the comedy, all the, you know, kind of underlying passion there that they had brought, surprisingly, in Thor Ragnarok. And so it works, despite all the silly comedy references that kind of go towards Thor and Thor Ragnarok. Here, let me restart that up here. And as you can see, it does take place in London. You know, and actually it opens up in Paris, France. We find our characters both adrift. He is not exactly, you know, Chris Hemsworth's character is not exactly who he was, and that is a mystery that Tessa Thompson has to solve throughout the movie. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but it is very interesting that they chose this route for this. And I have to say that I'm happy to say that it works, along with Tessa Thompson's deductive abilities and her, you know, just, you know, within the 15 minutes of the first parts of the movie, you get to see Tessa Thompson's backstory, and you get to see her evolution as a character into the Men in Black. And it all sort of makes sense that she, you know, this being her dream goal, her dream job, she pushes towards that phenomenally and pulls it off greatly. So other than that, I'm not going to give you any more spoilers other than what you've seen from the trailers, but there's definitely a twist and turn in this. There are nods to the original Men in Black. Both there's a picture of of Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, you know, saving the world, as they have a sort of a plaque, a place of honor in the Men in Black, but there's no more mention of who they were, of what they did, and exactly how much time had passed from that movie, those movies, into this one, other than this feels, you know, fresh. Definitely fresher than those. You know, this is successful enough, I feel, that it could be easily a sequel, and we could get another 3 movies out of this, as I would like to see more of Chris Hemsworth's character. You know, maybe his backstory that we got from, like, Tessa Thompson's character. So, and again, I'm happy that the writing staff, you know, that these are original characters. They're not the son, you know, Chris Hemsworth is not the son of Tommy Lee Jones, and Tessa Thompson is not the daughter of Will Smith's character in any way. I was maybe afraid that they would use that trope far too many times, like they've done in the past with other movies, whereas it's like, oh, my dad was Men in Black, I'm going to be Men in Black too. It's like, no. They go ahead and they do it fully as, you know, their own people, with their own backstories, own motivations for being here and doing what they, you know, feel they have to do, and that is save the world. Once again, the stakes are that large. The effects in this are fabulous. Definitely, they spent some money on these effects. And like I said, there is nods to the original. You see the dog, as you've seen maybe in the poster, and you see those cockroach guys creeping around a little bit at the very beginning. But other than that, once they get into London, these are all fresh and new characters, you know, and you can't go wrong with this movie for the weekend, which, you know, is the #1 box office for the weekend. Well deserved, I have to say. All right, so other than that, the only other thing that opened up this weekend was Shaft. So, you know, I haven't seen that yet, but I will. I'm on my way to see it here in the near future, sometime during my vacation when I'm a little less busy. But I wanted to give you this. If you checked out my Instagram, Trinidad the Island Man, then you've already seen the Shaka Thumbs Up for this. And again, you can't really go wrong with this movie. It's a lot of fun, and not too much violence for children, and there are some funny child-like parts, along with some more adult humor, but not skirting any vulgarity. All right, thank you so much. Again, this is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, currently off island on vacation, giving you a shock of thumbs up for Men in Black International. All right, thank you so much, and aloha.